Right. I'm freaking fantastic. He did awesome. Such beautiful, obedient prancing today. Morning, dear. Where are you? How are you?
First of all, thank you everybody for coming out and supporting the competitors on the field. We need those just as well as the competitors, so thank you. For those of you who don't know, the spectators, I'm Lisa Little. Been a judge since '07 and I live in Canada. And we have a DVG club, and so we have all breeds in our club. So it's kind of nice to come and see all the Dobermans, and everybody's doing well so far. We have summer. Okay, so in the heeling summer, a slight forge in the heeling position. After your left turn, a slight bump on your left turn. Then you go into the group and a little bit of crowding on your leg. Left turn is bump, right turn a little bit wide. Dog should be closer by. I still left your heeling in SG. The sit out of motion is a V, excellent. The down out of motion with the recall, a little bit of handler help, down. and I'd like to see the dog come in a little bit quicker on the recall. And the plats, when you ask the dog to plats, so it was a G for me. And the retrieve on the flat, crooked basic position to start, crooked front with a really nice finish, SG. The retrieve over the 1 meter, crooked front, a bump on the return, and it was SG. The retrieve over the scaling wall, on the way out, nice. Well, kind of almost crashed on the way out, but made it over. Picked up the dumbbell, and then he did the same thing on the way back, and this time it cost him to drop the dumbbell. Then he had to pick up the dumbbell. It took him a little bit to kind of get his bearings and come back into the front with a crooked front. It was a satisfactory. And to go out with the down, on the way out, he was waiting for that command for the plats. So twice, so that should be more direct and faster out. And he should, and when you go back to pick the dog up, you don't wait for me. You automatically, either the dog sat or you said sit, but you didn't wait for me to give you the command. And the long down, sniffing and crawling, and again there you didn't wait for me to pick up. Now I don't know if you anticipated on the pickup or, yeah, you didn't wait. There you go. So, but today still 84 points. Nice. Hey, RUSS with MAGNUS. Beautiful heeling. Like, beautiful. Nice to watch. He's with you, you're with him. It's a nice teamwork. The attention is very, very nice. A little bit of a bump on your left turn, and sit was a little bit crooked, tiny bit crooked in the group, but still an excellent exercise for me. The sit out of motion, very quick sit, excellent. The down out of motion with the recall, very quick to go down, very fast coming in, a bit of a crooked front, and a really nice finish. That was still a V for me. The walking stand, dog took 2 steps after you departed. When you turned around, he was perfect. Huh? Still SG. They were little steps. They weren't big steps. Retrieve on the flat. The dog should sit calmer in the basic position. And nice out. Pickup is good. Bump in front. Again, a nice finish, and that was a good. The retrieve over the meter, dog should sit calmer. He was a little bit more hectic here. He took the jump on the way out, and a crooked front, again with a nice finish, satisfactory. The retrieve over scaling wall, very nice out, nice back, a bump in the front, crooked front, nice finish. It's repetitive, a good. And then the go out with the down, really nice build up. Could have been a little bit quicker to go into the down, and I would like to see him calmer in that down position. He's antsy and he crawls a little bit and then turns faces the other way. But you did wait for the pickup, so that was good. It was SG. And the down under distraction, he sniffed a little bit and crept a little bit as you left, and a little bit noisy, but then settled. And be careful, and I'm going to say this, I didn't point it, but be really careful about showing pressure on that down, because, you know, with the head down, some judges are going to ding you for too much pressure on the dog, especially when the new rules come out in January. So be really cognizant of that, okay? But today, 86 points.
why they lunch that
Huh?
Okay, Jason and River. The off-lead healing, slightly crooked, and on your leg a little bit because of the slightly crooked, so it butts out a little bit. Not all the time, but some of the time. It should be more consistent. A crooked basic position to start there, and a little bit noisy. So it was a G for me. The sit out of motion, oh yeah, you had a bump on the turn. The sit out of motion, crooked basic position, forged, and you also didn't wait for me to tell you to start the exercise, so that's SG. The down out of motion with the recall, a crooked front, slightly crooked finish, SG. The running stand, I have to read my writing, right? It's scribbled because I'm watching the dog and writing at the same time. The running stand with the recall, the dog, okay, the dog was slowed down, slightly forged, in the build-up, and a crooked front, and a slight bump in the front when it came into the front position. G. The retrieve on the flat, I'm one here ahead of myself here. Hold on a second. The running stand, dog took 8 steps after you left, and you didn't wait to call your dog. So that was satisfactory. The retrieve on the flat, so the down in motion was the slow to down. That was a G. Sorry, I got one step ahead of myself. So the retrieve on the flat, crooked basic position, comes to front, crooked front and finish, SG. The retrieve over the scaling wall, crooked front and finish, G. Also, the dog could come, you reset your position you can't reset. All the points can be lost if you reset in the basic position. And you stopped in front of the A-frame here, and then your dog was crooked, so you moved up and straightened the dog. So I could take all the points, but I just pointed it. So that was still a G for me. The go out with the down, forged in the build-up, very fast out. Really nice, very nice. That was an SG, and the total, and then you go into the long down and a little bit of sniffing when you left the dog, and a little bit on the way through. It was still an SG. Today, 83 points. Okay, so Simone with KUNO. I'd like to see the dog moving more freely, and when I say that, I mean gating more freely. The dog is hopping with its front feet. It should actually be gating. And that's going to also be huge for the people here. Next year, it's going to be huge. So they don't want to see the dogs, walking on their hocks anymore, and they don't want to see the dogs bouncing beside you. It actually needs to be free-moving gait. Very nice heel position, a little noisy. And your about turns should be more, not a U-turn, they should be a pivot. So that's lots of points to lose for nothing. So you did this on your about turn, and it should actually be like so. Okay? So just watch that. Yep, so that was a low G for the heeling. The sit out of motion, a slow sit, noisy, the build up, and when the dog sat, a little bit of noise again, low G. The down out of motion with the recall, crowding on the build up, crooked front, and a really nice finish, SG. The running stand, very nice, dog locked up nicely. A slight bump in the front position, crooked front, nice finish, SG. Still noise in each exercise, but I won't mention that again, okay? The retrieve on the flat, crooked basic position to start. The dog should sit calmer in the basic position. Crooked front, nice finish. That's a G for me. The retrieve over the 1 meter, the dog again should sit calmer in the basic position. Slight touch, crooked front, nice finish, SG. Retrieve over the scaling wall, again the dog should sit calmer in the basic position. Crooked front, nice finish, SG. And the go out, forge a lot on the build up. And then very, very nice fast out, really nice plats, satisfactory. Nope, that should be a low G, sorry. And then, that's why, the broke on the pickup. That's what it's next line down. Broke on the pickup, so it is satisfactory. Broke on the pickup, you told the dog plats, and then you didn't wait for me to pick the dog up. After you did you're in a hurry. You need to slow down out there, man. Yeah, you paid your money. You got your time out here. Yeah. And the down under distraction, that was a V for me. Dog was fine. And 85 points. Okay, so Ashley with Marco. Okay, dog is on your leg and the healing a little bit bothers you. Kind of impedes your left leg from moving freely. Very, very nice about turn at the top end of the field. The right turn down here, a little bit goes too wide, you know, and not anticipating the turn, but overzealous. Let's put it that, overachiever. So you get that, and a little bit noisy. So, and that was on the both of your about turns were a little bit wide. That was an SG. The sit out of motion. After you tell the dog to sit, the dog should stay focused on the handler, and the dog is looking around at the sights to see. And a little bit noisy again. SG, down out of motion with the recall, crowding, extra plats because the dog kept going with you. Crooked front and a really nice finish, satisfactory. The running stand with the recall, dog took many steps, satisfactory. The front and finish were fine. The retrieve on the flat, the dog should sit calmer in the basic position. And when the dog returns, the dumbbell should be held more firmly in the dog's mouth, in the front position. A little bit crooked front with a nice finish. It was a good. Retrieve over the meter jump. Again, the dog should sit more calmly in the basic position. You're getting a little more antsy each time. A little bit noisy. Hit on the way out. Again, the dog should hold the dumbbell more firmly on the return in the front position with a crooked finish, low G. Retrieve over the scaling wall. Dog anticipated on the way out. Again, hold the dumbbell more firmly. The dog sits too far out from you. The dog should come in a bit closer into the front position with the dumbbell. And crooked front, nice finish, a G. And the down under distraction, just a little bit noisy when you left, but still an SG and 83 points today. Well done.
who's doing the grabbing.
She's going to say, well, I'm really, but,
Okay, we have our first protection dog. It's an IPO1 dog. Missed one blind. Came into the second blind fine. It was a good. The Holden bark, he came in and bothered a little bit when he first went in. I'd like to see the call out, a cleaner call out. He went to the wrong side and then with extra help to get to the other side. So that was low good. The escape, setup for the escape was very nice. Sat the dog then down when you said, went with intent and strong into the bite. So that was excellent for me. And the defense and the reattack and the guarding phase, I'd like to see a cleaner out. And it was not just slow, but kind of poke, an extra chomp as he did out. And so that was a good for me. I'd like to see better barking in that front position. He was sideways and then kind of straightened himself out. But I'd like to see a more intense front position. The attack on the long bite, dog should sit quiet at the end of the field and be sitting at the end of the field, not dancing around and whining and barking. And then the dog goes in very nicely, fast onto the sleeve, it stays calm on the sleeve with a nice grip. The dog outs and does really, really nice guarding here, very nice guarding. And then you had control issues for the pickup and then also to get the dog to escort back to me. Extra commands. So that was still low G, but 90 points.
Nice one. Oh no.
No, beautiful. You could sit. You did not. Good control. Control. Good guard. Yeah.
Landed on his tailbone. Chopping up in your video. Reception.
That's what I said. Because you're not real when you're off what you're trying to do. Save some. Then save some. No, because
Okay, for RUSS and Magnus, IPO2 dog. Blind search was satisfactory, and he bothered a bit when he came into the blind. He missed blind, the second last blind, blind 3. Yeah. So also he should be closer to the blind. When he comes around the blind, he's quite wide. He should be actually closer and actually take a look to see if there is somebody in there. So that was satisfactory. The hold and bark was excellent. prevention of the escape. The dog should sit quieter there while you're like not just noisy but calmer and stay in the sit. Going out, the heeling out was nice. The call out was really nice. Also, sorry, and he came off on the escape, and he then re-engaged. I'd like to see the dog stay on this. His first grip was not really full, and he moved around. So I'd like to see it calmer and a fuller grip. And then, so that was insufficient exercise for me. The defense on the attack and the guarding, that was good, and his guarding was very nice after the re-attack. It was an SG. The back transport, slightly forged. Other than that, it was very nice. SG. The attack on the dog from the back transport was very good. The attack on the dog on the long bite, the dog slows down almost to a stop before he goes in to take the bite on the long bite. He does out and he stays clean. And the guarding here is a little bit stronger. It's still satisfactory for me because of the slowing down. I'd like to see more power coming into the long bite. They don't become stupid fast, but they have to continue through in the same speed. So today, 84 points and for 100.
Because they did try one. He said, I'm going to run it the way I like it. She said, I'm going to run it the way I like them. Yeah, it depends on the dog. But anyway, you know what? This might be for 1 or 2. No, that's a 3. That's a 3. I guess it depends on the job.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, she did fun.
Well, you know what? If the dog heals nice on the straight, he'll do the other first.
Okay. Jason with River. The River was full of herself. Okay, so on the blind search, okay, the blinds that she ran, she did nice, and then she gave you an extra one, and then came back because she forgot this one, and that was smart of you to send her there, and then came into the fine blind, but that should be a much more direct route to the fine blind. That was a satisfactory exercise for me. The Holden bark, very, very nice bark, came in, and guarding was nice in the blind. That was an SG, prevention of the escape. I'd like to see her sit a little calmer there beside you as he walks out to set up, but I still left that in an excellent. The defense on the grip was very nice on the escape bite, and then the defense on the re-attack, very nice, and a nice full grip here, excellent. Back transport slightly forged, very good. The attack from the dog out of the back transport. I'd like to see more full grip here, and she readjusts, and it's still not quite as full as it should be. A slight bother in the guarding on the pickup, bothering the helper a little bit, and a slow out there, but still low SG. The attack on the dog out of the long bite, the dog comes in with very nice commitment to the bite, full grip here, and but then a couple of extra commands with the pickup to get the dog for the escort position. And so that was good. And then the defense and the guarding, the attack after the attack after the long bite, the control and the transport back to the judge, right? You need to, for a 3, you should have more control, not dancing around in front of the helper on the transport back to me. But very nice commitment in the long bite, very nice, very good. And today 91 points.
Yeah, I did on the shoulder with the skin to cut on it. Looking at him and said, "Hi, Papa, I haven't seen you for a long time." Good boy.
Yep, very good boy. That's it.
She needs to find a good female. You did good. You did good today. I mean, on this.
Right. I thought it was she had much higher than that skull. She didn't like
You got to remember something. This is a trophy competition. And they're going to be
gathered a little bit. Good.
good guarding.
Yeah, it's really good guarding.
Clean out. This is when you want to get as fast as you can to
Yeah, and she's going to do
just in case he has an idea of maybe doing something to it. You want to get as fast as you can.
Come on, easy girl.
It's okay. It's okay. He's starting. That's good.
That's where you say check it out.
And this is when you check out. You say complete, and then you turn around and walk back, and then put the mission. You haven't done it too fast.
Simone and Kuno. Blind search, excellent.
Yay!
Hold and bark. The dog should stay more focused and barking, continue barking when you come to the call-out position. It was very good. Prevention of escape, the setup was excellent. The escape was excellent. Defense on the re-attack and the guarding was excellent. The back transport, dog should sit until you tell him foos to move forward. Dog stood anticipating it. SG. Attack on the back transport, nice full grip. Dog comes in very committed into the bite. Excellent. Attack on the dog in the long bite. Okay, so the dog did well. You can't say stop or I'll send my dog anymore. You're not allowed to say anything down there. That's old school. Can't say pack in, can't say go bite him, right? So you can just say go or run, okay? So SG and the defense and the guarding in the after was very good. The pickup was really nice. The transport back to me was excellent. So that was excellent. Today, 98 points.
I didn't get it right.
Yeah, there you go.
some dogs, it's better after the first time.
Okay, Ashley, very nice performance. Pleasure to watch. Blind search was excellent. The hold and bark, the dog does his job very well. When you call the dog out of the blind, you must say here foos, not here foos. It comes two commands, right? You have to say here foos, okay? So SG, prevention of the escape, a little, should sit a little bit calmer, go out to the escape. Like when you say step out of the blind, the dog should have the butt on the ground there. The defense, prevention of escape, excellent. Defense on the re-attack, guarding, excellent. Back transport, slightly forged. SG and everything else was excellent. 99 points.